Hello YouTube and the Tribe of the Horror Realm. This is a review of a recently released DVD that has kind of made a lot of noise within the horror community because of the films that are on this collection. And I'm speaking of Lionsgate, the horror collection. You got a lot of movies that have pretty much not had a Region 1 DVD release at all, and now they're being offered all in a 2-disc set and at the low price of $5 at participating Walmart. And I know it's been hit or miss for some people. They have hit their Walmart and couldn't find them, but let me give you a quick rundown. It's typical of what you would find in the bargain bins now, i.e. piece of crap cover, and it's 2 discs, 4 movies on each disc. Now what it entails is the following films. There's actually a few versions of the horror collection, 6 and 8 movie packs, but this particular one has Waxworks 976 Evil Part 2, Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College, The Unholy, Chud 2, Bud the Chud, Chopping Mall, Slaughter High, and Class of 1999. Now, from that grouping right there of movies, excuse me, you've got pretty much, what was it here? We're looking at about 5 films that have not had a Region 1 release. Let me run through them real quick. Of course, Waxworks. There is a release of that. It's a double feature with Waxworks 2, Lost in Time. I didn't have a chance to pop my copy of the double feature Waxworks in to compare the quality of the picture. See, unfortunately, the picture quality in these are not always the best. Not only are they forcing 4 movies on a DVD, so the space is being restricted, sometimes the source material that they culled from is not very strong, as is the case with Chopping Mall. But of course, Waxworks stars Zach Galligan, Deborah Foreman, David Warner. Waxworks appears in a town, and it turns out that they're trying to garner the souls of the locals to bring back some of the most dastardly criminals in history and in story. Fun film. Again, you can get it as a double feature, but part of this collection, why not? 976 Evil 2. This one is a rare film. You don't hear much about it. Of course, the original 967 Evil with Stephen Jeffries. Pretty much there's people are finding these little business cards to call for your horoscope, and you can get taken over and possessed, and which is what happens to one gentleman who actually starts terrorizing a girl that he's quite fond of. It's very similar to something like Bad Dreams or Nightmare on Elm Street, where the villain pretty much exists on a different plane of existence. But overall, pretty entertaining. Ghoulies 3. Now this one here is a lot like, say, it's going to sound wrong when I say that it's similar to Evil Dead, but in the sense that as the Ghoulie movies went on, they became more humorous, downright comical. Teresa's a big fan of Ghoulies, and she was thrilled to get a chance to watch this one. This stage in the series of movies, the Ghoulies now can talk and make little wise comments. It's a comical film about a couple warring fraternities on a college campus, a crazed professor who brings back the Ghoulies, and The professor was played by Kevin McCarthy, who was in the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and his maniacal role in this film was really enjoyable. Um, it's a pretty funny movie. I mean, the Ghoulies are what they are. It's just silly popcorn entertainment, so they don't let you down. The Unholy, this one was well, again, more religious overtones. A priest is called in to talk to a jumper out on a ledge, and at the last moment, the jumper reaches and turns into a demon, pulls the priest and throws him from the window, and hurtles him to the ground. Surprisingly, the priest survives without a scratch. We fast forward to where churches have been closing down because of murders that were committed to the priest. This demon is pretty much coming in the form of a vivacious redhead, and claiming the souls of priests who commit sin at the very point of that sin. So the Catholic Church has no other choice but to call in this chosen priest to do battle with this unholy creature. Let's see, Chud 2. I haven't had a chance to actually watch this one, only because Teresa hasn't seen the original Chud, so I'm going to have to show her that one before we see this one. So I can't tell you about the quality. I mean, I'm familiar with the whole story of Bud the Chud, and I remember seeing it on VHS. But I'm not sure how good the picture quality is going to be on that. Chopping Mall. This was definitely one of the big reasons I grabbed this. I told her you probably won't be seeing Chopping Mall anytime soon because of the legal battles they have over the release of this movie. And in this case, since they couldn't come to terms with the ownership of the pristine copy of the raw copy of the film, they actually had to use a Vestron video copy. So the copy that's on here is not all that great. But beggars can't be choosers, and if you want to see Chopping Mall, this is the only way you're going to get to see it. Fun film, absolutely a blast. You've got, let's see, Kelly Maroney from Night of the Comet, Russell Todd from Friday the 13th Part 2. Excuse me, still touch of the cold that I'm battling. You also have Dick Miller, who once again comes up and plays the role of Walter Paisley in this film. Barbara Crampton is in this one. Cameos by Mary Woronov and Paul Bartel. They're playing their excuse me, their actual characters from the movie Eating Raoul. Since this was a movie that was done by Roger Corman's wife, there's a lot of send-offs to Corman films in this particular one. So excellent one to grab a hold of, except the picture quality is not that great. Also on here is Slaughter High, uncut version. Of course, this is available as a standalone disc. Very underrated slasher film. Tragic. The lead character, Marty, who played Marty, ended up committing suicide shortly after the release of the movie. But you get the full uncut version of this movie on here with pretty much your revenge slasher picture. And then there's Class of 1999. This also has a standalone title, but it is a kind of in the vein of Escape from New York, where we're at a jump in time where we're up to 1999, and the world has kind of gone a little chaotic. Teenagers run wild in gangs, and they're kind of lawless. So this organization headed by a bleach blonde, um, contact-wearing Stacy Keach comes up with these 4 cyborg educators to go into schools and teach them. And they teach them more than just their ABCs and mathematics. They take matters into their own hands. And this also had a cameo with Malcolm McDowell, very short part in the movie. Joshua Miller, who was in Near Dark, played Homer in Near Dark. He's in this movie, and he's kind of as whiny as he is in Near Dark. But overall, most of the movies on here can give you hours of cheap entertainment when you're figuring you're paying $5 getting 8 movies, 5 of which that you have really no other option to get a hold of. I really wish Lionsgate would have just opted to take the films and release them as standalone movies. I prefer much rather to have them as individuals. And it's a shame because if you released all of these and as standalones, even at a $5 price point and threw them in the bins, I think they would have made a killing on them. Instead I only had to pluck down $5 instead of $40. So I don't know if they were thinking too clearly, because I know most of the horror community would be thrilled to have standalone editions of Chopping Mall and 9676 Evil 2. Of course, there is some other discs that are out from this Lionsgate collection. There is like a zombie-themed one with a few of the Return of the Living Dead sequels, Reanimator sequels, the really lousy Night of the Living Dead 3D. There's also another desirable one that has the very hard to find Blood Diner, as well as, I believe, Parents, Sundown, Vampire in Retreat, Boy Eats Girl, Fido, and then there's one additional one that has the After Dark horror collection of 8 films from the last batch of those. So the 8 films to die for, I believe. So that's it. So overall, good luck in finding a copy of this. I know that people are scampering around looking for them, but they're out there if you look. And I apologize for my coughing. Thank you very much, and have a great day.